a onesie?
Oh. Yes, it's a camouflage onesie. And I killed one of my biggest bucks in it, thank you.
Paul's got a onesie. Sat next side to that. Do you think they'd do something?
Oh, man.
Oh,
bad.
Jesus.
I might drag on this one. He never told me this.
He told me yesterday. That's why I said, "What way you going?"
Well, you didn't say, when I said I'm coming this way, you didn't say, your dad said it's probably not a good idea, Paul. You didn't say anything. You just let me go.
You got the big truck.
That would have been a perfect opportunity for you to say, hey, your dad said that was really rutted up. You should probably go the other way.
Breaking the suspension in. Alright, we're good. Whew. Worked it up a little bit there. Worked it up.
That'll be a slimy mess here. Alright, we're finally set up. We've never called this place before, and it's kind of difficult because there's all these little rises which kind of eliminate a lot of your shooting, but we're set up. We got OT out there, and got a little decoy in front of him, and we're going to start calling. So hopefully we can get something in here. Alright, we're working across this top of this ridge here. We're going to try to get to a high point and then call these ravines out right in here. There's lots of ditches that run off this main ridge here. And a couple years ago, my dad and I killed 2 coyotes out of this box blind up here, but
Boom. Hey, Pops. That's your first coyote, buddy. Rack around. Good shot, dude. You laid him out. We decided to split this ridge quick. And we're going to go over here and coyote hunt this other side. And Paulie whistles at me. He found a pretty decent one. Let's see it, Paulie. We think it's a 2-year-old one. It's not this year's, it's last year's.
nice buck though. Looks like this one's probably a year old. Probably from last year. It's pretty sweet though. Alright, Scott's putting the collar out. We worked our way down here, and we're going to try to call this bottom out below me. There's a creek that runs down there, through there, that's frozen, so there's a lot of thick cedar ravines in there, a lot of new young oaks. Always see a lot of coyotes up in that area when we're hunting, so I'm going to try one more time with the coyote hunting, and then get to shed hunting. And I already got one nice shed for the day. I think it's, yeah, I don't think it's a year old. It's last year's shed, but still it's a nice one. I got pictures of this deer. Alright everybody, this is the fourth setup. We did 3 today, 1 last night. We didn't call any coyotes in, but I don't know, what would you say, Scott? 1 and 7, 1 and 8 setups usually?
That's usually back home in Illinois, that's how it goes.
Just depends on where you are. I mean, this is the first time we've called Missouri, so we're not really sure, but we did 4 sets, and we didn't call anything in. We found a nice big shed, which is cool, but we'll be doing some more cow hunting, so if you're just getting into it or you're getting out there, don't get discouraged if you don't call anything right away. Just keep at it, and eventually the odds will be with you. But we're going to head back up to the truck, and then we're going to try to find some more of these bad daddies.
That's what I'm here for. Yeah.
Alright, here we go. We're actually going out to look for sheds now, so probably won't find any since we're actively looking, but some of the things I look for when I'm shed hunting are scrape lines, rub lines from the previous fall, deer beds, try to see where all the deer are mainly bedding, and kind of put all that together and try to come up with a plan for a better spot to hunt. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to look for sheds, look for good sign, and see if we can't get on one of these big bucks for next year. We got a stand in this tree right here. I think it was our first hunt in there. Scott killed a really big buck called the 298 buck. It was an awesome hunt. That was our first deer kill in Missouri. Where do you like to look for sheds the most? In the woods, food plots, grassy areas, and in between?
I like food plots and off a UTV so I don't have to walk. That's always nice. But bedding areas to and from and on the field edges are always good. That's where I like looking for them. I'm looking around. The buck, the 298 buck I shot, came right up off this hill behind me, and he went up through here, and then he came down through, and I called at him. He came over to our stand, so I'm looking here to see if we can't somehow, because there's a 2 or 3 trails, one that comes through his brush, one comes through here, one comes across the neighboring property. I think it'd be really nice to get a stand up in here. You can shoot this, but I just don't know what wind you'd hunt it on. It gets swirly down in this bottom. We like that oak tree right there. It's a good tree, I think. It gets you down in this bottom, but the swirling winds might be I just don't know what wind you'd hunt it on to give it up. You got to give one direction up down here. That's what Paul and we figured, it's been a lot different hunting down here than it has in Illinois or Wisconsin, because the deer come from about anywhere here. So you just got to pick where they mostly come from and then just give up one direction and hunt it when it comes to the rut down here. So looks like I found an old bleached out skull here. Take a look at it. Not the bones I'm looking for, but it's a start. We've already put a couple miles on our feet and only found one horn, but we figure all the deer are on this side of the farm. Thought I was gonna get run over there for a minute. Pretty neat. Had 2 yearlings just walk by. Pretty cool. Or run by, I should say, not walk. Pretty cool though. Pretty cool.
Well, I'm walking down through here. Didn't have the camera going. Scott's yelling from like a quarter mile away that he found a stand which I just got done telling him that I had a stand there, but he forgot. Came upon this shed. And it is an old one. This thing's got to be a couple years old. It's a shed nonetheless.
Popped over this hill behind me and see a bunch of hair over here, so we're gonna go check it out. Looks like coyotes or something. Got a deer. We'll look at it here. Actually, it looks pretty fresh. It looks like it's within it's within, geez, last 2 days actually. Got the fresh hair, blood, bones. I mean, even the intestines. I mean, Paul, this is done. It's been killed in probably 2 days old. Come look up this thing. Right out, it's 2 or maybe a day old.
That's why the coyotes weren't responding. They're full.
Paul started thinking about this. I'm looking for sheds, but he started thinking about it, and he thinks it's a mountain lion that got that deer. Reason being is because coyotes usually rip a lot of things apart, and there's no bones, no skeletons, no nothing there. So I'm really thinking he might be right. It's kind of puts a little theory on things and makes you a little nervous being out here when you think there's a mountain lion.
Another old one. Third shed of the day, and they've all been old, so not so sure found the deer yet. Hopefully up on top of this hill we'll get into some deer and into this bedding area back to the south. Well, we're making our last push of the day here. We've got 3 sheds, but they're all old. And we're seeing lots of good old sign, but not a lot of fresh sign. So that tells me that the deer on this farm are feeding somewhere else. So we had quite a few deer out on this hay field up on the top this morning, but we saw like probably 40-50 deer on the neighbor's bottom field. And we got down closer there today and it had weed in it, so that's why all the deer are over there. So most likely, the sheds are on somebody else's property. But we're gonna make the last push here, and tomorrow we're gonna shed hunt the farm my dad lives on, and that has 80-90 acres of standing beans, and there's a ton of deer on it, so we should find some sheds tomorrow. So, I'm beat, I'm tired. I got a couple hundred yards to go to get through this, and then we're gonna walk back to the truck. Well, I think that's a wrap for today. 3 old sheds, no new sheds. Not a lot of fresh deer sign, but saw a lot of good old deer sign, and got some good scouting in. So now we just got about a 3/4 mile walk back to the trucks. So we will be back at it tomorrow. Look who decided to join us. The old man decided to get out of bed. Just kidding.
Following up a nice deer trail. And there's one coming right here by this, and there's another one coming down, dropping off the other side.
I'm gonna try to get a stand in this tree right here. They're probably gonna access it through this deep ditch.